Going live. Haven't spoke to y'all in a minute. I'll let it go for a little bit. In the background, you'll hear some deep breathing. It almost sounds like suffocation. Those are pugs. You know, they have that weird thing with their nose and all that meat on their face. So it's hard for them to breathe. So you don't have to worry about anything strange. Like I said, I haven't went live probably in a couple weeks. Been a little quiet. I've been very busy. A lot of work. So, man, I'll tell you this, man. A lot of work. Oh, I was just about to hit the pillow, my brother. Good to see you. Hey, bro, in Ireland, it's like 12 o'clock right now. And I was like looking at that. I was like, you know what? I want to go earlier, around like maybe 10 and start going live. Because you're one of the main reasons why I go live also. To catch you. But it's hard to catch you, man. I'll tell you that. It's hard to catch you. You know, you can go on my Google search. I'm like, what time is it in Ireland? It's always like 11 or 12 o'clock by the time, you know, if I get off a little early. Yeah, it's 1:35 a.m. You're crazy, brother. What are you doing up? How's it going? What's new? Huh. Haven't spoke to you in a while. I know we go through the messages and all that stuff like that, but hope all is well with you and all the countrymen over there in Ireland. Hope all is, all is well. I know you commented on quite a few of my latest videos I put out, and I know some of my videos are kind of strange, but you know what? It's strange to those that are strange. It's good to get you here, though, man. It's good, man. It's good. You say, I never get anything for my videos. Well, you know why. You know, we all know why. Either algorithms or whatever. They don't like what I talk about. If it's for our people and talking about straight facts, you know. Go and be in Hunter. I'm up a bit late because it's Friday. Are you chilling with the Irish whiskey or what? What are you doing, man? Are you chilling with the Irish whiskey? How did your day go? I'll tell you about mine. Man, I got this big job. My son and I got this very big job. It's 90 squares of a roof, 90 squares, roofing squares. Okay. I'll get back to those comments. Yeah, it's 90 square roofing squares. So we started maybe June 10th, getting material and everything. June 12th, actually starting. Man, we're in the new month. It's taken us a while. We did all new fascia on the side of the building. It's a commercial building. And maybe 45 sheets of plywood. 45 sheets of plywood. We're doing cold process with cap sheet. We're doing a very big job. I'll tell you this. I've lost 15 pounds within 2 weeks. It sucks. It's not fat, it's muscle. I lost it all, but it's okay though, because I just put a new gym upstairs, working on it. But that's besides the case. Man, I'm just telling you, you know, it's hot over here. It's like 104 right now. Tomorrow it'll be 111. So we got to wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, finish probably around 12, maybe 11 or 12, because it gets hot. Oh, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. No, man, I just get drained. I get drained. So I gotta be careful if I drink a little bit tonight or whatever, you know what I mean? You don't want to be dehydrated. Gotta drink a lot of water. You gotta drink a lot of water. But I really appreciate you, man, coming on, man, because like you're one of the main people take a siesta. I look like I might have to take a siesta, man. Look it, I'm turning mahogany now. You know what I mean? Look, I'm turning mahogany. My face, I almost look like a red man. You know, almost like a red man. You know, just starting to. I cover up. I wear sweaters. I cover up, man. I get burnt just from the ground. Even if I put some spray repellent on my face, just getting burnt up. That's just the way it is. You know, with us Caucasians, we got that where we can get, you know, we're white, but hey, man, that hits you, you're gonna get burnt up. You can get burnt up. But man, I have a lot of things going on right now. I really want to do, talk about music and stuff like that. I'm trying to get my son over here. They just walked out of the room, and we're trying to work on some songs, man. This guy right here, I'm telling you, he's lagging. He's lagging right now. Maybe because I'm giving him too much work. Maybe it's that. Maybe I'm just giving too much work. You know? But like I said, I have all these songs I'm trying to push out. And I'm trying to put them on Spotify. I'm trying to do all this. But I want it to be perfect. I want to do them perfect. And I just want to give it to my those that are the ones that have been following me for a long time. But that's neither here nor there. I just want to make sure you all doing well. Everything's going good. You know? That's a good thing, man. You know, that's a good thing. Gilgamesh Hunter, coming into the summer now is a time for some melters, LL. Yeah. Exactly. I'll tell you this, bro. Yeah. Over here where we live, it goes 100 and up. 100 and up. 114. It gets to 114. So my wife gets kind of weird if I stay out late where it's like 108 and, you know, on the roof, because it goes up like 10 degrees higher than what is 110 or whatever, you know. So I try to stay hydrated and all that, but yeah, I get stubborn. But hey, you know what? When I start feeling dizzy, I just get off the roof. I'll just get off the roof, man. I'll be honest. I just get off the roof. But I do take breaks, though. I do take breaks. I'll take those breaks. I'll tell you that. I don't have to tell somebody to tell me, hey, Gilgamesh, you need to take a break. No, I just take a break. I'll take it. It's fine. It's fine with me. But yeah, I got a lot of projects, just a lot of work going on right now. So I'm set up for the next couple months. And today is it's like a privilege for me where I can actually go online and speak with you guys and just see how you're doing, and anything I can give from myself to enlighten your day for tomorrow, you know? Gilgamesh Hunter, I can get your first Hate Me song out of my head. I can't get your first Hate Me song out of my head. Seriously, that is some tune that lyrics are the top notch. My kids are sick of me singing it. They are nearly knowing it by heart. Man, that's beautiful. Yeah, I'll tell you this, like I said, when it comes out, when I have it finalized and done, you are the first one I'm shooting it off to. And you have a fresh copy for yourself. So that's what I will do with that. When I come out with the first single of that, I will send it off to you, which will have the original and the new one I just made. So you'll have two of them put together. So you have something else to listen to, you know? And then I'll throw an instrumental on there. So it's like, hey, it's because you've been listening for a long time, and you're probably one of the guys on my page that we've been going back and forth, and you've been commenting on my page, and I don't even like to call you a subscriber. You're a family, man. So that's how I see it. How's your family doing? How's work going? It's getting hot. What have you been up to? That's the question. Like, what are the things you've been doing? Like, what's different in your life that you've been doing differently? What's going on? That's good. How's your brother doing? I hope your brother's doing well. I know past couple years he has some issues, and we, made quite a few videos on that. Yeah. Well, we'll keep on praying about that and just speaking out good things. So, yeah. So what time do you usually go to bed on Fridays? Give me a second real quick. I'll be back. Not really talking that much. Not really on my level, bro. Nothing really different. Yeah. Okay. What do you mean, like on level? What do you mean on level? What do you mean? Explain to me. I like to understand the messages. My brother is not like me. He's a bit woke. We don't really see eye to eye. Okay. You know what? I have the same situation with like 3 other siblings. No, actually 4 siblings I have. You know, one's kind of there. The other one's kind of there also, but the other ones are just kind of out there. And you try to talk to them and they just, it causes a problem. It causes a problem. But you try to look past it and it's just weird. It's just strange. It's like, man, we're all from the same cloth. What happened here? I totally get that. Each one has their different ideology, but it's like far, far crazy over here. Like, whoa, man, how'd you get that way? What happened? What happened? And I get it. We all have our different minds, our way of thinking, but you come across some weird stuff where it's just crazy. Like, okay, why would you think like that? I bring up a lot of stuff in my household because we all have that same thinking. But then when you talk to other family members from another section, they're like, dude, you are this. Like I don't even like to use the word. They say you're racist or you're a bigot. I think that's like stupid to hear that. There's 7 in my family. Probably only get on with one of them. Yeah, but you know what? Yeah, even if it's 1 out of 7, hey, I'll tell you this, at least there's one, right? I'll tell you this. Yeah, your immediate family is the one you got to worry about. Because guess what? Your other family already grown up and they already got their thought pattern. You could tell them whatever you want and just till, they think you're crazy. They don't care. They don't care. I know how that goes. They don't care. It's interesting. That's why I don't like go back and forth with my brothers. They already know what I'm about. One calls me a supremacist, white supremacist or whatever. I'm like, dude, come on, bro. Really? You know what that means when you say that? You're actually giving me a compliment because you're telling me my thinking is more superior than your thinking. But people don't think about it like that. They hear certain words because we're taught that. They're taught that through a communistic mentality to say, hey, this is what this word means. Or you say racism or racist. Those words are just basic words that are used when you have nothing else to say. So you just say, hey, you're a racist or you're this because they have nothing else to say. But hey, I think I did, bro. You know what? Okay. You know what? I don't want to say I have, but I remember something on the same lines of that. But before I get onto that subject, yeah, but check this out. You're going to have those that might call you these names or these words that are just nothing. But they're actually compliments. And it's not bad. They're just telling you and they're deflecting because they don't feel good about themselves. It's like saying this. Your team is so good. You guys have a supremacy. You guys are supremacists. Yeah. Communism, Marxism. Yeah. They're all connected. Okay, correct me. Okay. Same thing. They're connected. It's like saying this. You're so good at what you do, they'll get mad. You're just, yeah, exactly. It makes sense. Your team is such a supremacy above all other teams, or what you do is so supremacy, it just bothers them because you know what? They'll never be at that level. Two cheeks of the same arse, same ass, yeah. A lot of people don't like to hear the truth. When you say, hey, if you're good at it nowadays, if you're good at something, it's like it's a bad thing. It's good to be, hey, there's nothing wrong with being supremacy in different levels of different things that you do. But when you say the word white supremacy, it causes people problems. I'll say, hey, European supremacy, I don't know what to talk about. Hey, my people's been building civilizations for thousands of years. I don't know. I'm proud of that. So I could talk about that. So there should be no problem. No problem with talking about supremacies and stuff like that. Because there's people that are good at this and there's people that are good at that. Hey, give a clap. Hey, whatever. Get over it. Hey, that means get on your game then. Get on your game, man. Get on your game. So what's new with you, bro? Brother, what's new with you? Patriot Front. Explain to me. Explain more to me. What do you mean, Patriot Front? Explain to me. what's your take on Patriot Front? Okay, what do you mean by Patriot Front? Explain more to me about that. So, you know what I mean? If I They're a big group of lads. They marched to the White House with flags and stuff. Are you talking about the ones that did that a couple years ago? Where they came up to the White House and they're like all Trump guys and they went there with the flags. You had the guy that had like the Viking thing on. Is that what you're talking about? Because your media is gonna be different than my media. My media is gonna give you some weird shit. I'll be honest with you. You know, and you know, I can give you the straight up front on our media over here. They're gonna give you some bullshit. It's all bullshit. Whatever's over here is gonna be a bunch of bullshit. No, I haven't heard about that one. I haven't heard about that one. I actually took a step away from all the news. I took a big step away from the news. A big step away from the news. I gotta look that up. I'll look it up and I'll send you a message about that. But I'll tell you this: a lot of the stuff with going to the White House, like prior to that, like a year ago or a year and a half ago, they use people with Irish media, yeah. It's like some bullshit. So you hear something, and it's like opposite. It's opposite. You know what? I would like to do a live and just talk about what's really going on in America, United States, and just straight legit. I'm not like trying to do anything in my favor of my beliefs or anything like that. I'll just tell you, hey, I'm just a straight reporter. This is what's going on. This is what I've seen. This is what's going on, and that's how it should be. We shouldn't have to make anything up. We shouldn't have to make anything up. You know, it should get straight information, from what you've seen. But we all know how the media works. They like to tweak it up, do shock value, and get all this other information to make you get anxiety and all this bullshit. I'll tell you this, man. A lot of stuff that's going on, it's all fake. It's all fake. It's sickening. Just the whole thing, like, about what's happening with Joe Biden and all this stuff like that. Yeah, Joe Biden, yeah. That stuff is real. That's weird. That shit is weird. They're probably going to cancel this video right here because, yeah, the dude is weird. There's some problems. Doesn't get it right here. We look like a bunch of pussies. We do. We look like a bunch of pussies. And, hey, gas prices are hella up. We're getting taxed. Come on, man. Money flow is not good. So anybody who watches this video that's actually from where I'm from would understand what I'm talking about, unless they don't act like they don't get it. If you're blue collar and you're working hard and you see who people think they could vote for, that's bullshit. It's like, come on, man. We need somebody that's real to be in office. Somebody that's real to be in office. And honestly, it's like, hey, yeah, Trump is cool. But it's cool for only this way, one or two ways. Because there's always another agenda. But having money and businesses flourishing and gas prices down and all that, yeah, he's the way to go. I'll be honest with you. But other stuff on the other side, hey, there's some weird stuff going on. No man's perfect. I'll tell you that. But Biden, I don't know, that's kind of strange. I'm not jumping on that whole go Brandon bullshit. I'm not doing that, but I'm just saying. I just think it's kind of weird that Trump was running for office and was in office and he was going through all that stuff going on. And this guy Biden has things going on and they really don't jump on him. That's kind of weird. But what can I say? Is there any real man actually could step up and run the job and have our people you know, our beliefs, everything that we do, and go with it. Who? Who? DeSantis? Come on, I don't know, man. You guys, I don't want to get to the whole political thing. I'm just saying. Uh, Irish news, American news. Hey, you're gonna get your bad, you can get your bad. You get your good, you get your good. And you know who's true. Because there's this guy, what's his name? David Bly. David Bly. He's from Ireland. And I've been watching him too. And I get a lot of my information about Ireland, either from you or I get it from David Bly. And he talks about Ireland and the immigration that's coming into the country is crazy. Bobby Kennedy Jr. seems to good and Trump would be good. I'll tell you, hey, yeah, for money and all that stuff, yeah, all that's good. But there's also all these other factors. Yeah, he is brilliant. Dude, I tell you, I would not know about him unless you told me about him. He has good stuff, good information. Very good information. And he's on there. He's a reporter. I know. You know what? He wanted to be known for something, right? He pushed that. He pushed it. He was like the main benefactor. Like, hey, check this out. Hey, guys, get this. Get this. Really? I'm like, bro, really? We know you really don't feel that way. We know that. Those that actually know who he is or thought we know who he is, that's what kind of threw me off when I seen that. Because I know, with that being said, now I got to check in when I go to my job. When I was doing that, when I was working for other people, I'll go check in my job, boop, boop, whatever. And only way you can get into the job is if you have the jab. But I don't have it. So it caused a problem. Always caused a problem. Because now everybody's jab aware. I'll tell you this, you're healthy? If you're healthy, come on, man. Think about it. We all get the flu. We all get the flu. Come on, let's talk about it. Top chat. Another good one over here is Philip Dwyer. Him and Derek are buddies. Philip Dwyer. How do I know that name? How do I know that name? Dwyer. I know his name. I know him somewhere. I don't want to Google it. I don't want to Google it because I'm going right off of my iPhone, so I'm just talking from what I know from experience or what I've watched. And so I don't want to like Google something and pretend I know what I'm talking about. Hey. But all I can say is this, though. American news is bullshit. They edit, they cut it up, they get shock value. It is very interesting, you know. They edit everything. It's embarrassing. Embarrassing. Give me a second, I'll be back real quick. Oh, whoa. we need to try to swap contacts, but yeah, exactly. Hey, between you and I, yeah, we could do that. Most definitely. What we can do is somehow send an email or something like that, and then I give you my number and we can go from there, which would be cool. With you. Hey. So Project Red Menace, what's going on? Yeah, like I said, you and I, hey, Gombian, send me your email, whatever, or however we could do that, and we could talk on the phone. How long have I known you? Going online, maybe 3 years, 4 years. Man, it's going a while. It's going a long time. Sorry, family man. I'll tell you that. Project Red Menace, doing good. How about you? Man, like I said in the beginning, I've been doing a lot of work. 90 square roof with my son, just been working, just doing a lot of stuff. Just been very busy, just very busy. A lot of roof work, a lot of roofing. And we should be done by July 10th. We started June 11th. June 11th or 12th we started. So we should be done in July, late July, middle, yeah, around the 10th. It's a lot of work. Guess what? I'm actually going to put all my work of my progress of just my son and I, that all the work we've done. So you guys see all the work we do. And we do big jobs that last for like a month or 2 months. And I just like to start post videos about that. It's a lot of work. So how are you doing? Project Red, how are you doing? What's new with you? A lot of people come to my videos or watch my lives because they know what I talk about. And it's always going to be the same thing. I know I maybe need to change it up, but yeah, I can't complain though. I can't complain because I wake up when I want to wake up. But what I do is I wake up at 5 o'clock and I get at work right at 6. Just do it. And I can work till like maybe 6 o'clock. So 5 in the morning to 6 o'clock, I get around 10, 11 hours. Boom, get this job done. Going to the Marines. Project Red Menace says, going to the Marines, kind of scared but very intrigued. How old are you? How old are you? That's a very big jump right there. How old are you? Yeah, well, yeah, we do long days like that. You got to do long days like that. You know why? Because where I live at, the light turns on, the sun comes out at like 4:45 in the morning, and the sun don't go down till like maybe 9 o'clock. So you have all day. So why not work all day? You know what I mean? It's like I could pull a 15, and that's fine. So, but I gotta be scarce about that because I work that hard. And the next day I'm gonna be lazy. That's why I try to do like 10, 12-hour days. I try to like balance it out. So what's going on with you? How old are you, and why do you want to go to the Marines? Let's talk about it. And that's the American Marines. You're talking about the American Marines. Yeah, babe, they're like really loud. They're like, yeah, they're kind of crazy. Finally got all those animals. I got like quite a few animals. I got ferrets. I just ran into I don't even like them, a deer chihuahua, but it's like my little buddy now. You know what I mean? I don't even like chihuahuas. We just kind of fell into it. So, yeah, very interesting. Yeah, it's very hot. I know, it's like 106 right here in the garage. So you said you're going to the Marines, kind of scared but very intrigued. You're intrigued because you probably like the idea of the Marines, or you like, what is it? Yeah. So you got those childs, huh? Yeah, they have that issue where it's hard. Yeah, just breathing issues. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's the breed of the dog. To be honest with you, it's the breed of the dog. They're like that. You know, my favorite was my buddy, and she passed away maybe like 2-3 years ago. Her name was Music. She was a Brussels Griffon. She was beautiful. That one I used to put on my video. She looked like an Ewok. Let's see. Project Red Menace says, sorry, it's gonna be a long response. Just give me a minute if that's fine. Hey, I'm here, man. I just barbecued some chicken. I'm gonna eat it maybe in the next hour. So I'm cool. I'm always barbecuing while I'm going live, so I'm always doing something. So you guys see me walk away or do something like that, I'm still online. It's just I would take a little step away, and you know, that's about it. That's about it. You know, I'll take a walk away real quick. So if you guys have any responses and you guys want to talk back and forth, that's good. And I'm gonna be right here. I'm only 37 minutes in. That's actually a short live. Actually, the longest lives I do are like 2-3 hours. And I'll be honest with you, it's just those that watch my page. Those that watch my page. And Graham, check this out. If you could send me like an email or something like that, I could send you my information. We'll go back. So I can just text you through the day, or you text me. Whenever you're going through something, brother, send me a message. We talk on the phone, we FaceTime, whatever, brother. It's been a long time, so it'll be good. So we'll figure that out. So it's up to you. You want to send that your email to me or whatever, and we'll go from there. It's always good to hear from you. It's always good to hear from you. And I'm always trying to find my lives to go around your time. But by the time I get off work, it's always too late. You know, you're always on the Irish time. The Irish time. It's always late. I know, it's a little joke. So send it to me, man. I will go back and forth. You can hit me up whenever you want. Actually, I could send you all my audios, of my music that I have not even put on online, that nobody's heard. All my rough drafts. Well, I'll send it into one of your vids. Okay. When you get a chance, send in one of my vids. I'll put on there. Let me know. I'll grab it and I'll delete it, and then I'll send you my information. We'll go from there, brother. It's always good to hear from you, man. I know it's late night over there. It's like 2 o'clock in Ireland right now. I understand that, man. It's like I got much love for you guys over there, man. And I really want to go talk about that, about Ireland, because I understand the whole immigration slash migrations. I understand all the information. We could just talk about that, bro. And a lot of people don't know that, so they just think you're crazy when you talk about it. Thank you, Graham. Thank you, Graham. So Project Red Menace says, I'm about 18. I specifically picked it because of its values. I know a lot of people don't look highly at the military, but I need to prepare for when things go down. I have a question for you, Project Menace, Red Menace. I have a question for you. So what do you do right now prior to, you're 18, you're young. You know, you're like 2 years younger than my youngest son. So my question is to you, what are you doing right now, and what are you doing right now, and besides that, you feel like you want to go over here to the military? I understand that you like the idea of it. Why? Explain to me more. Like, I'm here to talk, man. I have no issues just going back and forth, you know? Because you said, you like the values. Yeah, you know what? You wake up early in the morning, man. You got structure. Structure is good. Structure is very good. I was raised in a military family, so I understand the whole waking up in the morning, getting your clothes ready, your bed. You know, you go and do what you have to do. You are set. You know, you have to do what you got to do. You have your workouts. Everything's planned out. Everything's mapped out for you. It's all structure. Nothing's wrong with that, because it's good ethics. Taking that into your life, right? You know, after that, and taking it into life is really good, because it's really good ethics. You know, if I did not have a good military ethics, I wouldn't be where I'm at right now, because I'm very structured. I do everything in sections, like just with work. I do everything in sections. I do this one part right here. I don't go over here. I finish this whole part, and then I go to my next section, finish that off. Everything's structured, which the military has that. That's great. So everything you do is going to be set up for you to advance, which is good. That part's good. You know, there's other parts in the military that I don't like, which I don't agree with. But hey, if you feel you need that, then go for it. You know, I'm not going to get into all the politics unless you want to talk about the politics of it. But I've been involved with all that, so I understand that. My daughters, my sons, they're all in the military, and they're, you know, they're Army, they're Air Force, you know, they're all doing their own thing, man, you know, so I understand all that. I understand the whole thing about that. So yeah, if you want to drop a comment and go along with it, that's fine. I'm going to read it and I'll talk about it. Nothing's wrong with that. We have nothing but time. Graham says, pity, they don't look after their vets though. You know what? Yeah, I do get that. Because I know a lot of vets. And I do see that. When they're on the corner asking for money. I do get that. Don't worry about the typos. Hey, but I do get that though, where you see the vets and all that stuff like that, and they're trying to make new programs and all this stuff like that, and they have a lot of different programs, you know. And if the government will take care of their veterans that worked through that time and did it, that's what they should do, you know. But growing up in America, in California, watching that, you see a lot of the vets, they're on the corners. But they do have some vet halls. They do have vet halls. They have the veteran halls where, you know, my grandfather, he was in the Korean War, and my other grandfather, World War II. And, you know what I mean? And they have these halls that you can go to, and, you know what I mean? But I'm not talking about, like, they give you money or whatever, but you have a place that you can have a similarity or a comfortability with people that were in the same issue as you. But there's a lot of them I see that are on the street, and there's some that I've seen have been taken care of. So I'm not talking bad. I'm just speaking truth and of what I've seen in California. In California, I'm not going outside of California. I'm just talking about what I see in California. So, if Graham hears about that, I get that too, man. You know, is different countries. So let's go top chat. I want to uplift the weak and teach my community and people discipline. Let me go back. Project Red says, I want to uplift the weak and teach my community and people. I'm sorry, I'm having issues trying to keep this your message up. I want to uplift the weak and teach my community and people discipline and unity, strengthen all of its lacking in this society. That's good. That's good, man. You got a good heart. You have a good heart. That's a good heart. Just the idea right there, that mentality of wanting to do that. That's awesome. I will not talk down to you, man. It's like, I hear you. Because my everyday is about that, you know? But if you feel like you need to go to another section and learn and go and do that, then go and do that. You know? If you feel like right now you don't have a trade or something that you're looking at that you can do, Iberian Wolf, hello. Hey, Iberian Wolf, how you doing, brother? Let's get it. Let's talk. Yeah, so Red, check this out. If you feel like you have to go do that, then you do what you feel your heart's calling you to do. But I tell you this, right now, yeah, life is hard. And I feel like I went through a lot of stuff just figuring out in our own world and how to teach myself. I had to go to the ancients, basically. I had to go back to my ancestors and learn about them. And that's how I project myself now. You know, I had to learn other things to push myself and learn, you know. And I get, if you want to go to the military and do that, you know what? All power to you, man. Go do it. Go do it. Go do it. And be blessed, bro. And but if you did not go to, let me ask you one question. if you do not go to the military, what would you do? What would you do right now? Red, my question to you is this. What would you do right now if you don't go to the military? What would you do right now? That's my question. So you gave a good comment, and I want to ask you, what would you do? I love to be on my lives and seeing those that know each other on here. That's awesome. That's great. Family members, those that come to my life, and hey, that's good stuff. But Red, my question is this. If you would not go to the military, what other things would you want to do besides that? Because you could be studying and reading and educating and getting right here and do all those other things besides going to the military. But if you feel like that's good for you, because you know yourself more better than anybody else. Nobody knows you better than yourself. So if you feel like you should go to that and get that type of education and that type of ethic, that's good for you. And do it. I'm not shutting that down. Project Red says learn various different skills like welding, farming, hunting, gunsmithing, etc. But I plan on doing these things afterwards. Check this out. My son, check this out. My son, he works with me. He's 20 years old. He does all roofing with me. I take him every job I do. Just him and I. I don't hire nobody else. I just keep it all family. And my son wants to learn how to do welding. And he's fortunate to have maybe like 300-400 miles from where we're at to go to a welding school, a vocational school, and also learn electrical. But it's going to take around 2 years. And he goes to a dorm, and they go over there, and they get educated on how to do work, and you learn how to do welding and electrical. When you get done with it, go get a job because you have a certification. You can do everything that you can do or you want to do by going through a vocational school. I don't know that the military at that time, because I know you'll be going through different courses, which they'll tell you, oh, you're doing this and doing that. Because I have kids that were in the military. They tell me I've been through all this. So either you could find a vocational school that trains in those type of formats, and you can go to the schools and you can learn that. So that's one thing right there. You can get a vocational school, and go through that. That's one thing right there. I'm just throwing it out there. But if you want to go through the military, get it. Do your thing, man. But I'm telling you, there's other options, And doing self-discipline to yourself is great. I self-discipline myself every day. Yeah, it's hard. But guess what? It's just ethics. It's all about ethics. At the end of the day, man, I'll tell you this, it's all ethics. You have to be your hardest and worst critic to yourself, since I've been doing my own business, it's like, hey, I'm waking myself at 5 o'clock in the morning. No, you're waking up. Come on, Gil. You're waking up at 5 o'clock. Go. And I'm like, hey, I have this little thing in my head, that little parrot on my shoulder telling me, hey, but guess what? This is your business. You don't have to wake up. I do got to wake up. I can't be lazy. Let's go. Let's get it. And I get up and go. Kiss my wife, take my shower, and go. Let's go. Got to kick the side of the bed of my son. Hey, wake up, bro. Wake up. Wake up. I don't like doing that, but hey, wake up. But yeah, man. don't feel uncomfortable to drop your comment, man, because you know what? Hey, I'm not saying I'm right, but hey, I'm just speaking from experience. So, Iberian wolf, what's been going on? No, I took a break from that. No, I haven't seen that. I took a break from that whole thing, Graham. I took a break from it. Like a good couple weeks, man. I had to take a break. I had to take a big break from that. You know why? Because a lot of, like, things that are going on. I was like, dude, they call them migrants. They call them immigrants. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you know the difference between a migrant and an immigrant? No, really cool. Answer, drop a comment. What's the difference between an immigrant and a migrant? Please, explain to me. Explain to me. And I'll tell you the true fact about it. It's kind of hilarious if you really want to get into it. What's a migrant and what's an immigrant? You have one that will come to your country to find work, and then they go somewhere else. And then you have one to find work and then stay. But there's really no difference. You know why? Because they just stay. And then they give you their customs, their people's things, what they do. And then they do not assimilate, they set up shop. So it's just interesting. It's not like the old school. No. That's different. They're seeking asylum. Because if you're seeking asylum and you're like freaking 8,000 miles away, but there's all these other little countries that you can go to that are within the 8,000 spectrum. You just want to go over here. No, it's interesting. What's the next city or state over or whatever, right? No, you're hopping state, you're hopping countries. You're going to the one that's going to be the best privilege to you. That's why you had Nigerians. How are you seeking asylum? You're Nigerian. They're going through Mexico? Okay. How are you seeking asylum if you're from Puerto Rico? How are you seeking asylum if you're from all these other... That's interesting. Very interesting. People like to play a bliss where, oh, it's seeking asylum. You guys are mad because you're turning people away. It's not even about that. The thing is, when you already have a set up border where you live at, you have a set up border where you live at, you're kind of careful of what type of people come into your border. Just people that come in. It's like, that's why we have fences on our sides of our houses. We have locks on our doors. It's like, I don't let anybody in, but somebody that I know, they know the code, or they have the key. Well, we're just giving anybody the key. So that's why we have that problem what we have. So I can get into many talks about this. They won't respect you. You know why? Because it was given for free. When it was something's given for free, you don't have a respect for it. Very interesting. You don't have to work for nothing. That's the interesting thing about it. There's no work put into that. I don't know. So it's like, really get into that. You know, that's why I laugh at the words when people say, racism or anything with isms. It's just funny to me. It was just hilarious. Really think about it logically. Yes, it is wrong on so many levels. It is. On so many levels. Because you can see what's happening to Ireland right now. Oh, we're migrants. Oh, we're immigrants. We're coming in to look for work. No, you're not coming in to look for work. You're saying you're seeking asylum, but you're from a country that's like 3-4 countries over. Because your government allows that. The government allows that. Tell me I'm wrong. The government in Ireland allows that. Just like the government in America allows this. The same thing. Think about it. It's the same thing. It's the government. Look at, you have the countrymen from Ireland are like, hey, I don't like this. They're renting out all motels, big old motels, just to have these people from different countries to live in these motels. Thank you, Project Red. You know what I'm talking about. They'll have these people that will live in straight up motels in Ireland set up that are $1,000 a night, $500 to $1,000 a night. You got suites. They're filling up all the motels, and the residents in Ireland came to stay there. The residents in Ireland came to stay there. They're doing that over where I live. They're doing it where I live. It's like a special place now. They break down the motels. They break down the motels, and it's not like a regular motel anymore. They just give them cell phones. They give them money, clothes, food, all this stuff that American people don't get, but they give to them. You know why? Because they're easy to work with and deal with. It's biological. It's a weapon. It's a weapon. Why can't people see that? It's a weapon. They use these people. You know why? Because they come from a different country. We can give them EBT cards. We'll give them $1,000 on a card. We'll give them food. We'll give them rent. We'll give them all this stuff. And guess what? They'll work for us. Meanwhile, Ireland has over 12,000 homeless crazy. Yeah, exactly. You see, look at, I can go look up Ireland right now. And look at all the motels and the rooms that are boarding all these new people in. Come on now. The thing about Irish people is that they have a lineage. That's interesting. They have a lineage in their home where they live, where you got hundreds and thousands of years of people that live there. So hundreds of thousands of people that lived there 1,000 years ago have family that have a bloodline. See this? That's kind of crazy. How's that? They just got here. How do they get all that? Yeah, that's interesting. That's how we see it over here. It's happening all over. And it's not the people, the good people, that are those people of that country that are seeing that. Come on, man. Think about it. Think about it. We don't need these people up here thinking they're like Big Brother over here, thinking like they could tell us like they think they're smarter than us. They're getting funded by us. Must be soul destroying for the natives sleeping in a tent. Exactly. I'll tell you that. Look at Greece, Rome, Ireland, Spain, Germany. Need I go more? All these places will not be anymore. They're going to be taken over. And guess what? You have the new Germans, the new Irish, the new Italians, the new Greeks. And people were like, whoa, I thought this is Greek now? Oh shit, I didn't know that. That's what Greeks look like? Okay, all right, cool. and they just go with it. They have no connection. That's what all my stuff's all about. It's insane. This is all coming to a point. When everybody comes over, everybody wants to, hey, everybody, we all in the same basket, we're all cool. No, we're not all cool because you're not assimilating with us. They've ruined 2,000 years of blood, sweat, and tears. Yeah. It's like this. You ask any Irish man, who's Brian Boru, 1014. They don't want to talk about that. Who's Brian Boru, 1014? Yeah, he's a high king. You know, nobody wants to talk about that. What happened in that battle? People don't talk about historical events that are actually real events. Let's get into that. That's interesting. Let me get back to these comments because I'm going kind of crazy. I'm going out here. Okay, Slow Boy Whiteboard. What's up, brother? 100%. Project Red. This is like a mother taking care of another child instead of her own. Exactly. Very well said, man. This is like a mother taking care of another child instead of her own. That is very rightly said, man. I like the way that sounds. They're importing the soldiers or the grandparents of the future soldiers. Mm-hmm. Exactly. This is what I like to get into. It's very interesting because when we talk about this, those that hear it, that have this whole weird idea that everybody could just get along is kind of weird. Because we all have an ideal of how to go forward and want the best for our families and have a good utopia. How can we have this if you do not connect or understand me or my people? Can't have it. You're always gonna have a crazy, it's like putting a square and try to put a square in a circle, bro. You're that little kid playing the little game. Remember when you little cube and you got a moon, a circle, and a square? Man, you're trying to stick it in there. It don't work. It's not gonna work. Come on, man. Let's get it, man. The black. Gotta charge this up real quick. My phone's dying, so. It's good that you guys are still on here. Yeah, my phone started dying out on me. So I get right here. Here we go. Let's see how this goes. Yeah, let me go check out these live comments. Live comments. Bro, my eyes are closing here. Much love to you and yours. I'll pop my email on next vids. Chat soon. All right, brother. Hey, Graham. Put it on this this video right here. I'll probably post it out later on tonight. Put your email right there, and then you and I, we could FaceTime. We'll talk. You know, we've known each other over a couple years, so we might as well. It'd be good, man. Really good hearing from you. Really good hearing from you, brother. Thank you for staying up, because in Ireland it's like, what, 3 o'clock right now? It's like 3 o'clock in the morning. That's why I say I have, I don't even like to say subscribers. I have very good guys that are on here, brothers in the brotherhood that will stay late on night and just talk with me. That's great, man. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. And like I said, I'm going to start doing live videos, just like workout videos and just basic stuff, man. Just talking about life. Stuff to get us ready for the next day, because you know what? We're all going through something. We're all going through something. There's all these things that we're going through, and how do we get ahead? You know? All right, be blessed, brother. Talk to you soon. Talk to you soon. You send that message, I'll hit you up later. What's the default time of that? 9? What? That's late. That's late. I tell you this, man. Right now, it's like so super hot. So super hot. I'm trying to do this in the garage, just like crazy. I was about to take this upstairs in my room because I got fans and AC. The garage sucks. But hey, I'll just keep on going live. Project Red says they're trying to justify it with the whole melting pot. Yeah, justification. Yeah, they're crazy. Crazy. And you're smart, though. You know, you're 18 years old. Come on, man. I'll give you that, man. You're smart. You know, I wish I had, more education when I was younger. You know, I understood things that was going on, but just people I was raised around, I knew something was not right. Something was not right. You know, but that's a blessing, bro, that you're 18 years old and you get this understanding, and it's like, bro, something's not right. Oh, man, let me open this up a little bit. Yeah, but so when are you thinking about joining the military? So it's going to be in the next year, or are you looking at the next 6 months? Where are you looking to go? When? When are you looking to go? When are you looking to go? I'll see live chat for a little bit and I'll cut out. So those that have been on here and been dropping their comments, you have anything else to say, drop it. I'll answer to it. It's cool, man. So it's like I'm about to peace out and get out. I'm about to eat some barbecue in a bit. So it's good that I got time to talk with you guys, you know. Like I said, hey, a lot of things are going on. We all know that. We all know that. What subject are you guys want to talk about? Because I talk about basically a lot of the same subjects. A lot of the same subjects. You know? Either you guys talk extraterrestrial, what's going on with the government, they'd be talking about those UFOs, or now they got all these different names, which is hilarious. But it's like, come on, man. We know this stuff's been around. You know, you can't act goofy. You can't act goofy. Don't act goofy. We all know. We all know. We all know. We all know what's going on. We all know what's going on. So we need to start acting like we know what's going on instead of like pretending and just let it just fly by. You know? Come on. So drop a comment. Questions and answers. I'm open right here. You know, when I do lives, I'm very open. I'm very live. When I do opens, I'm very live. So I'm very live. So you guys have questions, I answer every question. I answer every question on my lives. So let's get it. All these messages coming at me, just my regular messages. Very interesting. I'll answer them accordingly. But hey, you guys got your live chats? Drop your live chats. I'm open, man. Just go. Have you guys watched all my short videos and my regular videos? Let's talk about that. What brought you to my channel? What brought you to my channel? What brought you to my channel? You know, a couple of people say, oh yeah, it was workout videos, or they say, oh, it's just Gypsy Crusader, which is interesting, which I was going to talk about, was a comment, forgot which one. It led me here. It led me here. Okay, it led me here. Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's cool, bro. So who do you actually watch, though? Who do you actually watch? Like, who I like to watch is like Jared Taylor. Yeah, he's taken off YouTube and brought back on YouTube. He's like, you know, Renaissance man, you know? It's kind of interesting because like those type of guys I look up to because they're like good people. So I like good truths. I like talking about good truths, man. Not no sugarcoating over here. We're just talking about pure truths. And if you have any type of, you know, things where you don't agree with me, that's fine, man. We're going to have that. We're going to have that. We're not always going to agree on the same thing. We could talk about it. discuss it. It's like an in-house debate. You talk about it, and then figure out why you think that way and why I think this way. So that's where I'm at. A comment, forgot which one. It led me here. That was cool. That's cool. That's cool. And you know what? I found pages where it was through a comment. Wait. I support people with opposing opinions. I need to think and to evolve my mindset. Wow. That's awesome. That's awesome. So you're looking outside the box. That's great. I totally agree with that. It's good to look at that. You know, it's because we're taught at a young age to look like this. But now, when you get older, you're like, hey, something's wrong here. You start looking in different sides of this square. Start looking a little different. Various points of views, high and low. Yeah. But let me ask you a question. What is your view? What is your view though? You're on my page. My question is, what is one of your views that you believe strongly in? What is one of your views that you believe strongly in? What is one of your views that you believe strongly in that it incorporates with everything? You know, like, what is like your main factor, like how you see yourself on an everyday basis as a people, or how you see yourself? How do you see yourself? You know, because that shows who you are, you know? I know how I see myself, and I talk about it all the time. If anybody goes through any of my pages, let me get to this text message real quick. Get to a message from one of my clients. I know I'm all up close, you know, up close to the video. So that's my question. So where you at? Where you at? Like ancestral, or where you at? Like how your mindset of how you see your people or yourself, just being yourself. What do you see? You know, there's no wrong answer really. If you really think about it, where you at? Where you at? And we go from there, you know? I see you're trying to figure out if you want to go to the military, what are you going to do? You want to get some good structure, and, you know, that's good, man. Let's talk about that. You know, let's get more into that. That's cool though. You know what I mean? It's like you seen a comment and you got led to my page. That's cool, man. I really like that. It's very interesting because I go to, I don't really comment on a lot of pages, but when I do, it's because hey, that's interesting, and I'll comment on a page. You know? Yeah, it's getting hot, but Project Red Menace says politically, I'm a supporter of a nationalism, elements of racial, ethnic, and pinch of civics. So let me get this. Okay. A nationalist, so you're an American, so you're okay. For the people. I totally get that. That's awesome, bro. That's awesome. So you're basically looking out for the greater good of your people and making sure, hey, I'm on the same page a lot with that, a lot with that. But it's like in our country, a lot of people aren't with that. Race is the ground, while ethnicity and civic are specific groundwork. Yeah, but people look at ethnicity in different ways. It's like saying this. It's like saying that, okay, you got race, ethnicity, nationality. It's very interesting. Somebody can say, hey, my nationality is this because that's where you're from. You know? And you got ethnicity. You know what I mean? And there's so many factors. And a lot of people don't understand that. I'm Irish and I'm in America. Okay. You're not gonna say I'm an Irish American. You're an American. You're nationality. You're here in America, bro. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But would I look at things as to me? I look at it as like race wise. I say, you know what? This is this right here. If that makes any sense. If that makes any sense. But I understand the whole thing. Yeah, being a nationalist. Yeah, that's great, bro. A lot of people don't have that. A lot of people don't think like that. And that's why you got the left, you got the right. Come on, that's weird. Come on. It's like everybody's playing a Monopoly game or a game. Everybody's on a game. It's like, what's your ethnicity? What's your race? What's your nationality? Okay. At the end of the day, I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, who goes where? Let me ask you that question. Politically or not, who goes where at the end of the day? That's the question. If there's going to be something that's going to break out, who goes where? We have those that love themselves and don't love themselves. They don't love their people or nothing. And they're just taken over by media, by systems and programs. And they love or they look at other things that are nothing of themselves. And they'll go towards that. I'll tell you this. I've always been like this and will always be like this. My people will come first. I believe in that. I do believe in that. Who are my people? You might ask that question. I got my Greeks, my Irish, my Germans, yeah. So forth. You got it. Europeans. Yeah, I do. Hey, but guess what? You guys got to understand this. Who also believes the same thing that you believe? They all have the same ideal. Having a utopia. Where you have Any issue that you have is in-house. That's with your own people. It's not having to deal with anybody else. Say, oh, that's discrimination. No, that's my own people. If a white person does this, hey, he's going to get for what his crimes are. No different than anything else. Makes sense. Having your own utopia and your own people, you can take care of what's in house. You don't have to worry about all these little rules and laws that they come out with. I don't understand why people get so weird. It makes no sense. It's like this. It's everybody wants everybody in the same basket, but everybody in the basket don't get along. Each one is different. We're not all the same. If we were all the same, then we would be the same. But we're not. And that's what's good about things, that we're not all the same. You know? You know how to deal correctly with your own people. You know how to deal correctly. I don't understand why people have a trouble with that. You go on the news, a black man gets shot, right? A Negroid gets shot. They'll make sure they let you know a Negroid got shot. And if you got shot by like a Mexican guy or whatever, a mestizo, they really don't get into that. But if it was a white man, a European descent, oh, a white man shot a Negroid, they'll let you know. That's the way the news is now. It's not open. It's not open. It's stupid. They don't like, it's all about race. It's all about that whole bullshit. People can't be real with stuff, you know what I mean? It's like, hey, come on, man. But I'll tell you this. My problem is this. I have a preference. And my preference should never be called racism. Because that's a preference. If I don't like that, I don't like that. If I like this, I like it. That's it. You should not feel uncomfortable for things that you don't like. If I don't like one type of people, I don't like it. Let me tell you this. Every people I came across, either Oriental, Mestizo, Negroid, they all don't like each other. They pretend to like each other because it's beneficial right now. So those that say, oh, we're melanin, we all have color, it's so stupid. Everybody's melanin. If you're white or black or brown or blue, we all have melanin. It's kind of funny. Let me tell you this. Regardless, they take people now. The Negroids are grabbing people because that person might be dark. Oh, that's my people. No, it's not your people. Got different morphology, skeletal systems, phenotypes. I'll tell you that. Different phenotypes. We're all different. But I'll say this. If you're Caucasian, you know who's Caucasian. If you're a Negroid, you know who's Negroid. If you're a Mestizo, you know who's Mestizo. If you're Australoid, you know who's Australoid. Come on, man. We all know who's what. There's some dark-ass Caucasians that I know that work out in the fields or work on the roof. Those dudes look like leathernecks. I'll tell you that. White people come in different colors. That's the difference about white people. We all come in different colors. And that's just who we are. We work. We have different colors. But I'll tell you this. We all have the same phenotypes. We have all the same skeletal systems. We are a light upon the earth. A light that cannot be hidden, bro. I'll tell you that. A light that cannot be hidden. I'll tell you that straight up forward. That's just my talk. I know, I'm just rambling on, but that's just me. That's what I do. This is my life. I like to talk. I'm just being open. And if it can like educate anybody or give some type of understanding, if you have something against what I'm saying, talk and comment. I'm not gonna get mad at you. Hey, it's all good to talk. It's all good to talk, man. Well, I'll say it's funny. It's like you got history stealers. You got these people out here that are saying, oh, the Negroids. All right, right at you, Project Red, agreed, 100% correct. You got these Negroids. They're saying they were kings and queens. Kings and queens. They were the Vikings. They were the Greeks. Now they're saying they're the Romans. I'm like, come on, man. Okay, hold up, hold up. So you're saying all my people, all my European people that have no phenotype or skeletal systems towards you, that's your people? Because every time you guys put pictures of you trying to be Roman or Greek or Viking, it looks like a cartoon. It looks like Bart Simpson or something. It looks really weird. So my people have been doing sculptures for thousands of years. Like my people, like mine, they come from a little small town called Lidoriki. It's in Greece. And I also have my family Ireland. You know, I mean, I'm a mix. I'm a mix of European people. That's why I am. You know, I'm a mix of European, and it's, hey, we're all different. Like I meet a lot of my Irish people. Yeah, look straight up Irish. You just got that Irish. You know, I just got that. How was it called? I always say that it's a. Man, I already forget what I say. It's kind of funny. But I like going back and forth with you guys. It's kind of cool, man. It's a blessing. It's a blessing. Because if we can talk and make your day or my day tomorrow better, and we just progress, that's a good thing. Because you guys all watch my videos. You guys all know what I think about, what I talk about, you know? So, hey, a lot of it's satire. You know, I do a lot of little satire here and there, you know, but it's all fun and games. Control the past and eventually they control the present. Control the past and eventually control the present. But the thing is, who's they, you know? And a lot of people don't really get into that whole talk. Who is they? Who is they? Yeah, they. They is the big question. It's like they are running it, or they are doing this. You know what's funny? It's like they look at our government. Oh, the government's doing this. No, hey, that's kind of interesting. There's something besides the government. There's higher powers. There's people that are played as puppets that we pay our taxes to. You know what I mean? What makes me the most angry is like I make a lot of money and I get taxed on it. And then you have somebody that's political or somebody that's involved with the government and they collect all this money and they have a little cousin or a niece and they could be the paper shredder or the coffee runner or the assistant of the assistant of the assistant, and they're making $150,000 a year off Americans' money. No, I'm right. No, check it. But our roads are fucked up. Yeah, I'm like driving like this. Yeah, I'm driving down the road. Oh shit. What the fuck? Yeah, that's what's happening. Yeah. Drive down the roads in California. Hey, it's hilarious. You got regular concrete that's getting filled with asphalt. Concrete and asphalt don't mix. Asphalt's the lower grade. Think about it. But when they put the bid in, they're putting in for concrete, but they're laying down asphalt. They're pocketing all the extra money. Come on, guys, let's talk about that. If anybody in California or anybody in those areas know from the northern and southern, yeah, you guys know I'm speaking truth. It's all bullshit. I know about contractors. I understand all that. It's not incompetence. It's all by design. But my question is, who's the design? Who's the design? I know it's all by design, but who's the design? Like the main factor or the main idea of who's running it? Let me ask you a question. Who is the Wizard of Oz? Who is the one behind the curtain that, you know, the one behind the curtain that's doing all the mechanical shit that's running all this? Who's that? Let me ask you that question. Red, let me ask you that question. Who's that wizard behind the veil that's doing all that shit? Since it's by design, who is that guy? I want to hear you guys tell me. Who is he? Or what is he? Or who is the people? Or who is the thing? But let me riddle you this. Look up in a dictionary, encyclopedia, or whatever. Go to the library and go look up plants. Yeah, you probably laugh at me. Look up plants or animals, and look at what the name of the animals are named after. Yeah, look at and put it all together. Look at that. And from the beginning of those people, from the beginning, are the ones that are prospering right now. But who are these people? Look at the names and how they're put together. It makes a lot of sense. You know, and I've been privileged, not really privileged, but just being raised up in the 80s, the early 80s. I'm from 1979, but being raised from the early 80s, I couldn't wait to get a library card. So I just go to the library. I could check out books. I could read books. Damn, I got a privilege. I could read a book. I'd go in there and just read book after book after book and just study. And I'm like, oh my God, man. And I got older. Now you got a cell phone. You can look up stuff. But it's interesting because all the stuff I read, it's all stuck in my head. Way different than Googling it. Because googly gets googly. It's kind of strange. When I read from a page, it don't change. Google changes. I can get more deeper with that, man. I'm not even trying to get deeper into that unless you guys really want to get into that. But just reading old books, it makes a lot of sense, you know, of the names of the plants and animals of what they were before it got changed up. You know, it's almost like a restart. Like there's a restart. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper, bro. Look at the names. I want you to, okay, check this out. I'm going to be very plain right now. I'm going to be very plain. I don't know how it's on your phone. Let's check it up. I'm going to do something very basic. Look up, how can I say, okay, I'm going to do the funniest, the most erotic. I'm going to go erotic. Look up white families in America. No, just look up white families and tell me what pops up. Look up white families. Just look up white families or white people, or just look up white families. And look how they throw diversity within the picture. So it shows hundreds of a Negroid mixed with a Caucasoid and just all the weird shit. Because it won't give you the straight mapping of what Caucasian. Just look it up. It's hilarious. Watch. And watch. I know. Just watch. So let's go deeper. I'm giving you a little something simple. I'm just shits and giggles. So what did you come up with? I want you to say, drop in the comment, what did you come up with? You look up white people or white families, what did you come up with? Put it in the comment. I want to see. I want to see. Because I got more. It's hilarious. I start going deeper. You want me to go deeper? I'll go deeper. Let's get into that talk. Right here. Let's see. See, I'm wrong. I've seen that one. Really creepy stuff. Mixed family. Okay. Yeah. Well, check this out. Okay. Now, what they're trying to do is they're trying to push diversity. So white people won't be white people anymore. They are of a different color. They are mixed with Negroid, which is different because, let me tell you this. Brain, bone, everything is different. We're different. But guess what they say? Oh, we all bleed the same, all that bullshit. Hey, come on, man. Riddle me this. It's interesting. We are different. We're not the same. Google says something else. We're mixed. It's diverse. I'm a cause of European diversity. That's what I am. I have a diversity of European. That's what I have. So I'm all like, I'm kind of crazy, you know? I got Irish, I got a little bit of German, I got Greece, you know what I mean? I'm everywhere around the map. But a product of European diversity. But you look at all this other stuff, that's a diversity of different groups with different phenotypes and bone morphology smashed together. It's different. They're different. It's not the same. Genetically, we are different. People can't deny that. Yeah, they do because they can't accept it. Exactly. 100% agree. 100% agree. Give me a second real quick. I have a client that's trying to get to me. And that's what I put on my page. We're all different. You guys can't understand that. That's kind of interesting. You know, it's like You can look up what's like electrical currents. Okay, what type of materials give currents? They change, which is very interesting. Like there's different type of rock, like granite, and different type of rock that do type of currency, like electrical currencies, or what has anything that could work with electrical. They cut it off. They cut it off. Look it up online. If you're anything into science, knowing the periodic table, and then you look up online, everything is strange, very interesting. Just like that, it just cut off. I studied science since I was a kid, so I look at it, I laugh at it. I'm like, oh my God, that's weird. Oh, this does not do electrical current. Okay, all right. Okay, let's go at that. Anyways, I'm trying to collect books about politics and racial science before they ban it. They're going to ban it very soon. Because remember how we went through hundreds of years ago? We're just throwing books in the fire, throwing everything out. Nobody talks about Alexandria, right? And all the other places, right? Where they had, oh my God, all this information. Let's just throw out all the information. Why is it books? Because books have a foundation. Books, it takes time to write and put out a documentation and then get it accredited to say, oh my God, this is truth, or this has legitimacy. Let's go. Yeah, it's not like that anymore. Just like in the music industry, anybody could sing, anybody could do music now. You don't have to go through these big companies anymore and drop a mixtape. You just go on YouTube and just do something and everybody gets happy. Hey, I'll tell you this. This generation is a bunch of bullshit. That's why you're going to get all this weird stuff. There's nothing that's real. It's all fake. It's all fabricated. They want to feed you something that's just going to be a filler. It's like giving your dog corn to make him itch his back. You're just giving fillers and fillers. But it's not satisfying. It's just only for the moment. Come on, man. Let's really get into it. You know, there's so much stuff we go deeper and deeper into. Anything you go on Google, it's going to give you the idea of what the masses of our political government wants us to hear versus what the masses of what the people want you to hear. It's like going on to a song that is fucking horrible. Like a song that the person's just fucking horrible. I'm sorry, excuse my language. They're fucking horrible. They're talking about disgusting stuff and doing this with a man or woman, and then you look in the comments, and the comments are, oh, you're just the greatest. Oh, your music just enlightens me. But your music's talking about like sex, drugs, and murder. How's that like enlighten your day and make your day better? What? Oh, okay, all right. But you have hundreds of thousands of comments on it. It's like me. I did a thing on wiggerism. A lot of people don't like to talk about it. I call it wiggerism. When you got a white guy that wants to act like a nigger. That's called niggerism. So he stands out and he wants to be like a black dude because white people are not, you feel like you can't be up to a white person's expectation, so you got to act like this. So you got to downgrade yourself. You got to make yourself look all fucked up. You got to talk like this. You got to be like, dude, you know, nigga, I'm doing this and I'm doing moves. I sell drugs. I do this. You got to downgrade yourself to the bottom so you get accepted from a different type of community. Yeah. And they say, oh, my stuff is age restricted. But how's my stuff age restricted when you got gay shit over here being sent to kids? You got pedophilia stuff over here. So how am I getting passed up? They lower our standards and present it as equality. But there is no equality. The only thing that there is a competition is between the inner race. I'll tell you that. No, it's straight up. Anybody understands me? There's really no equality if you want to get into it. No equality. If I'm going to go against anybody else, it's to go against my own people. And then, hey, let me tell you this. Who's the better man? Who's the better man? Let's get it. And that's the old stuff. Look at old civilizations. Everybody forgot about that. Who were the best boat makers? Nobody want to talk about that. Do you know how they made those boats and what they put on those boats? I can educate you on that right now. What do they do? And why do they do it? And why were everybody far behind it? And they could even do that. Oh my God. Let's get really into it. The Vikings. Oh my God. Let's get deep into that. When they made their boats, they put pitch. It's like a tar within the boats. Within the boats. It's a waterproofing. So also, when they made their boats very flexible. So move with the waves. So it didn't crack or break. And they have that waterproofing of the pitch inside. So there's no leaks. So they're able to travel at long distances without having a break in their boat because they're able to bend and make their wood to where they're able to move with the waves. So it's not stiff. It's like clocking a nail. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Stuck. No, their stuff moved. Had a movement. Very interesting. That's why they're able to travel to like Iceland and have a place over there and other places where they traveled to the Americas thousands of years and people don't want to talk about that. And a lot of other people didn't have that. But we also have the Spaniards. Yes, we do have the Spaniards. Europeans. But people don't want to talk about that either. Big ships. We'll get deep into that. My history teacher tried to present Europeans as backward savages, despite history saying otherwise. But let me ask you a question. Your history teacher might have been like white and probably hated himself, or he was probably a mestizo, which is they call them Mexicans. That would probably tell you, hey, no, the Europeans do not do this, no. They are Paleolithic. They're not on our, they probably did some weird shit. My thing is this. The way this narrative is going right now, you have a white woman, she hates herself. You said white woman, in fact, she hates herself. She probably she's probably married to a bottom fruit or something like that, and she needs to feel better about herself. I don't know. That usually happens. Or she's of the LGBTQ, or she probably has short hair. I don't know. A lot of them have short hair. They get like that. I don't know. Or she just has an issue where she feels like she needs to make those that are down here feel better about themselves. Because in class, there are probably a lot of minorities there, which they call them minorities, right? I don't know. It's kind of weird. And they use the word people of color, which is kind of weird too, because whites are also people of color too, which I laugh at. It's very interesting. Whites are people of color, because whites come in different shades. You dipshits. Come on, man. Really get into it. Come on, man. Put me out in the sun. Look at me. I'm all red-faced, dude. I'm red. You got the white all over. White body, red face. Put me out in the sun, huh? You guys are dumb. You know what? People don't like to speak educated, man. You know why? Because they pretend to be educated. They pretend to think they know what they're talking about. Come on. Let's wake up. Google doesn't even know what it's talking about. Google is only taken from a system or a program to tell you what to talk about. So our media is the same way, just like Google. Our politicians are just like Google. The only person you're going to get straight from, educated versus intelligence, exactly. Like I always say to my family, like my kids, I'll say, hey, you know what? You got an animal, because we raise little dogs and cats and all that. I got a ferret, my little buddy. But I'll tell you this, we raise them, and what's the first thing they do? They go to the teat. They want some milk. It already knows. It already has the basics of what to do when it's born. A lot of these people are like 35, 40 years old, 20 years old. They don't even know what the fuck they're doing. They don't know the basics. If you can't see something in a situation and don't know how to comprehend it, then let's talk about it. You know? But I understand other advices, but this is like basic conversation. If you have a situation where you can see something, say, hey, that's wrong. That's wrong. Look at it black or white, dude. You see a guy running out of Walmart with an Xbox. Hey, that's a thief. That guy walking out, that's a thief. He's running out with the Xbox. No, he's not a thief. Hey, he's poor and he's going through some shit. And you know what? He needs to have that Xbox and he needs to sell it for some money. What the fuck? Okay. All right. I just wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning just to make some money, go to work and do what I got to do for my family. Okay. I'm called a worker. You're called a thief. Okay. Let's talk about that. Yeah. Come on, man. Let's get real talk. Let's get real talk here, man. Let's really talk. Tired of lack of balls in the justice. Yeah, exactly. Black and white is pretty good, man. Let me tell you this. You see somebody do something wrong, no matter who it is. I don't care. I'm just telling you. You see a bad crime happen. You had one camera. You had 10 people. Fuck the camera. You had 10 people. Oh, we seen that happen. Oh my God, that happened. Oh, we got to take you guys in. We're going to talk about this. Okay. Then you got the camera. Oh, maybe there's something. No. Somebody that looked like you. Dude, this is going back to the O.J. Simpson when I was a kid in the 1990s and shit. Remember how long that prolonged? You were barely born. But I'll tell you this. I remember watching O.J. Simpson in the back of his vehicle going down the highway. It was on for like almost a whole day. And then they had the whole thing with the jury going on for years. Oh, O.J. Simpson's, he's not guilty. We know y'all did it. Everybody knows you did it. We all watched it. We all know. And he knows it. Everybody knows it. It's kind of funny. because you can see something happen or a correlation of it. Yeah, very interesting. I know, went off the subject. O.J. Simpson, look it up if you're not in my spectrum of my age, but watching it from my time, those that are from my age understand that. We all watched it. We all know that he was guilty. We all know. He knows it too. He even said it. But I guess, hey, he loved white women. I'll tell you that. He loved white women. I'll tell you that. He just got mad that she got with another, or chilling with another white dude. He was looking through the window because they had prior instances through the cops that he was looking through the window when she was hanging out with, we all know his name. I'm not trying to say his name, but yeah, it's something that it's been going on for a long time. We all know it. When you know something is it, people will play with it. They do this little trick. Oh, you plead guilty or you do this, we give you lesser this. Come on, man. It's a bullshit. Where will it be a time where us men could just speak up? Is black or is white? Is this or that? And just be legit. If you can't do that, it's because you're just not sure of yourself. You're like a man that walks in his bathroom and looks in his mirror, and when he walks away, he forgets what he looks like. Come on. I don't need to be looking at myself 10 times a day because I already know what I look like. I don't need to be checking myself out every day because I already know what I look like. That's real men shit right here. Come on. You already know who you are. You're confident. You should be confident. You already know who you are, and you go with that. Nothing's wrong with that. I know how it is, how it was to be younger. I know how that is. And I'm happy I'm not younger because that sucked. You're confused. You're confused. But yet you have a mind where you're able to look at something and say, hey, something's not right. It's a pure mind. And to hold on to that mentality is great. Because it's different from this, from the left, and it's different from the right. So if you have a system that is set up from the left or a system that's set up from the right, there's a problem. Exactly. Because you have two systems that are against each other. Then you have another guy said, hey, I'm an independent. Hey, I'm a liberal, or I'm a this. Hey, how about this? How about just caring for your fucking country and wanting the best for your people? Exactly. Let's talk about that. Quit being a bitch and quit trying to be something special because you're a nobody where you were before and you want to belong to something. Come on. Love your country. Love your fucking country. That's what I'm talking about. How's hard about that? Lower taxes. I'm about that. More money. I'm about that. Lower the gases. I'm about that. Why is not everybody on that point? It's like everything is benefiting our people. Having a president that, I don't know, I don't want to get into all that shit. I'm just saying, I don't understand this bullshit. Actually, I do. There's people that are not on the same playing field. It's like you have the major leagues and you're playing with a fucking T-ball. It's not a level playing field. Yeah, exactly. Let's get into that. It's like I'm surrounded by bitches. It's crazy. Checking the chats. Tired of the lack of balls in the justice system. He obviously did it. We should care about our own people before giving charity to other groups. I 100% agree. 100% agree. 100% agree. I'll tell you this. Care about our own sick and weak over people who are drastically different from us. Yeah, I agree with that. 100%. 100%. Why have a country? Why have a country that you're part of and you're a citizen of, and they can't take care of you, but they'll take care of somebody else? That's the problem. So you get people like us that are bothered, but we looked as racist or bigots. That's a cop-out. When anybody calls you a racist, that's a compliment. Anybody calls you the bigot, that's a compliment. I'll be honest with you. Anybody calls you a white supremacist, that's a compliment. Because they never had any type of accomplishments in their life, or their people never had that. Their people never tried to make any type of oh my God, I'm like fumbling in my words, technological, or any type of advances towards the future. Nothing. They're still playing touch butt in a mud hut. Come on. I know it's kind of hard for me to get off my tongue because I'm like flustered. It's kind of weird. But hey, come on. Technology? Where are you at? Man, come on. And then you're trying to say us white people were not the first people, we're like the last people, and the Negroids were the first people. The Negroids were the first people. If you guys were the first people, I feel sorry for even putting that claim. Because if you're saying that you're like 5,000, 10,000 in front of us, or 20,000 years in front of us, why is it that all your nations are kind of fucked up? And only why they have establishments because they had Europeans that went over there. They had the Dutch, come on, the Danes. Oh my God, they had all these people in all those areas that did something, made canals and infrastructure and all that. So, keep on downplaying my people, but I'll tell you this, we're not, like you say, you call us docile or docile, We actually just have coos, and we have like a class, and we've been pretty cool for a minute. So, just like you Negroids go on your comedy shows, you say, hey, the white people, they ain't got no rhythm. They ain't got they ain't cool. They don't know how to walk in a room and just be like, yeah. We don't have to do all that. We can build buildings and bathrooms and houses and plumbing and electrical and all this stuff. And when you lay your head on your pillow, you should be wake up say, I love a white person because I've never had this before. My Paleolithic people never had this. I don't know. Am I wrong? I know I'm right. You can have this structure from here to there, And coming down, I don't know. That's kind of interesting, right? European. Hey, I ain't trying to, I don't even need to brag about my people. I don't need to brag about my people. I'll tell you this. Every time a mestizo, Mexican, whatever you want to call them, a negroid, a black, whatever you want to call them, nigga, whatever you want to call them, Oriental, whatever you want to call them. Hey, when you wake up in the morning, and actually some Orientals are actually pretty tight because they modify everything that we did. So it's kind of cool because they actually have something they're actually pretty smart. So I give them that. I ain't going to put them down on that. I'm not saying every Oriental because there's only certain ones from different areas. Y'all know what I'm talking about. But I'm saying majorities of all these other people, they piggyback and they talk about and they wish they could be like us, but they can't. But they'll live in the houses that we build, the roads that we make that they drive on, go into the stores that we make. And when they look at us like they don't give a fuck. They walk right past you, they don't even say, excuse me. Yeah, that's a disrespect. They look at you like they could have every taco shop on a fucking corner. No, speaking truth. That's weird. If I want to go to a Greek place to go eat, I gotta go 4 hours away. If I want to go to a German place to eat, I gotta go 4 hours away. If I want to eat anything that's of my people, I gotta go far out. If not, I gotta eat some tore up, washed down white people food, what they call it, right? Like some KFC bullshit, and I feel sick the next day. Not having it. You know, come on, man. Let's get really into it. A lot of people don't want to talk about that shit. I'll tell you this. Why they don't like white people. Because it's a remembrance and it's the idea of their failure and their non-accomplishments. Because they see that they can never have done that. Hear that? Their failure and their non-accomplishments. So, if you're a mestizo, which is Mexican, that comes from Mexico and you come into America, now you're in California, you could say, oh, we made it to the moon. My people, we made it to the moon. No, you didn't make it to the moon. Let's get down to the straight credits. Come on, man. United States is Germanic space program, guys. Let's get it. Let's talk about that. You guys want to deface that? Come on. They did nothing. It was all Germanic, man. Come on. Let's get into that talk. Discussions like these are important. I've made few conversations like this with a new friend, family, and neighbors. That's good. And it's good to see where they're at. Because if you come at, okay, there's a lot of white people you come out with this, and they might be like, what's that word called, woke or whatever, weird, and they like diversity and they feel weird. They don't want to be called racist, and they feel uncomfortable. They'll tell you, oh no, we all did this. No. You're just weak. You're weak. You're a weak man. Let's get into the real stuff. Let's go to Greece. Let's go 1,000 years into Greece right now. Look at the sculptures. Look at the pillars. Look at the philosophers. Now they're saying they're all Negroes and Negroids. Come on, man. I'll tell you, my family dates back to those times. So, I don't know. I'm sorry. It's bullshit. Let's go back to the Germanic times. You're saying you had those making of boats and doing all that stuff of creating boats that can go long distances and doing travel. Why is it? Whoa! My main, yeah, they're Mexicans are doing this whole firecrackers right now outside of my house. That's what they do. They also shoot guns. They have no brains. They shoot guns straight in the air. So my question is this. So the Negroes are saying that they're boat makers and they're all this stuff. But also you say that the white man enslaved you and did all this, right? I'll get back to that. You go, oh, the white people came over and they took our people. No, that was a purchase. That was a purchase as a tool, a purchase. And there's documentation. So you're telling me that 100 some odd white guys or 150 white guys came on a boat and just like came to an African warrior village and just took their people? No, it didn't happen like that. And if it did happen like that, my question is this: why didn't their people ever come back for them? Why didn't their people ever come back looking for them or trying to help them or save them? Since there's so much more of them versus the Europeans or the white guys that came over. Because all that's bullshit. It was a purchase. They're selling them. It was a sale. When you're born into slavery, you're sold. Slavery was all over the world. It was just not in your own climate or your own demographics. It was everywhere. Let's talk about that. Okay, going to top chat. I'm mixed myself. Hope this doesn't discourage the conversation. It doesn't discourage the conversation. What do you mix with, man? What's the problem? Exactly. Islamic slavery was the worst. Thank you. It's still going on to this day. But they blame. That was actually the first. So but hate the white guy. What about these guys? What do you mix with, bro? What's the issue, man? What do you mix with? I don't know why you feel like it disrupt the conversation. You know, it's cool. Let's talk. You said I'm mixed myself. Hope this doesn't discourage the conversation. Like I said, it doesn't mess with the conversation. Good to talk. You know? It's not like I'm going to change my attitude with you. So it's mestizo. You saying castizo. I'm saying mestizo, right? So you're like, okay. No, what's the problem? So let me ask you a question. How do you identify? No, that's my question. How do you identify? And I bet you probably identify as white. Most likely, I don't know. I'm just checking by how you're talking to me That's how I kind of see what you're doing. But let me tell you this. I could talk to you about Mexican history. That makes a lot of sense. That a lot of mestizos, I say mestizos, don't like to hear it. What makes a Mexican? It's funny because they're hella European and they don't want to grab onto that. You know how many, if you look at, okay, you go to Mexico, if you've ever been to Mexico or been to a couple areas in Mexico, Chilango, you go to Durango, you go to Michoacan, Nogales, you go to all these different places in Mexico, I'll tell you this. You see a lot of pale face, a lot of pale white, but people will place me in either Hispanic, white, or just plain white. Yeah. I 100% understand you. I get it. But guess what? Do you know about the whole European that came over? They're all mixed. It's all mixed. And it's understandable. You have Irish, French, Italian, Greek. Come on, they're all over. Spanish, all over. And it's like, okay, it's like this. You tell a Mexican, a mestizo, so what happened with the Mexican War? Who helped you out? They don't like to talk about it. The Irish. The Irish went over there and said, hey, you have a tyrant over here that we had that issue before with tyrants. Guess what? We're going to come help you. We're going to fight in your war with you. A lot of people like to talk about that. They mingled with them. Okay? So, I don't know. You look up your, you do your genealogy, you look it up. I bet you have Irish. I bet you have Irish. You probably have French. You're mixed up. It's all European. And a lot of mestizos don't understand that. That's why you have a lot of pale Mexicans. You have a lot of these ones. That's why they call them güero. They call them güero. Or they, you know what I mean? Come on. Mexicans are different. You know why? Because they're almost like I have this video I made. It's like, man, I'm not no Cabbage Patch. You know, only why I say that is because what makes a Mexican is with European smashed with Indian. So you have a mix. It's a mix. There would be no Mexican without the mix from those two different. Yeah, very interesting. But you got to understand both sides of those mixes. There's mestizos, which are Mexicans, that don't like Indians. But they're from them. But they'll take anybody that's brown or tan, and they'll use that color and say, hey, guess what? We are operatives. We are people that run with people that run this color against those that are white. I'll tell you this. If you're in Mexico and you're pale, you're going to have a hard life. You know why you're going to have a hard life? Because you're pale. Because that's the one of the ones that civilized the place or came over and conquered. They're going to hate you. They're not going to like you. That's why there's always a problem. Oh, there's Whitey. There's that guy right there. Oh, wait, hold on. He's not even like, he don't have the color of Whitey, but he thinks like Whitey. We don't like that. He's different. Exactly. Think about it. It's a stupid mentality. It's like you can't make up your mind. You don't know who to hate. I'll tell you this. I'm a, like I said, I'm a diversity. I'm diverse of European people. That's my thing. If you have that, that's cool. You know what? You're seeing something different. You're seeing something different, and nothing's wrong with that. Love yourself. Love your people. Know both parts of your side. Know that. You know? Meet an Irishman in Mexico once. Yeah, the Irishman was probably hella cool. From my experience, it really depends. They either treat you like a white devil or treat you like family. Yeah. Yeah, and they treat you like family. They want to feed you. They want to give you some food or whatever. They treat you all cool. But I'll tell you this, at the end of the day, if there's a party and everybody's drinking and everything blasts out, you're the one to get picked on. I'm going to tell you, that's just the way it goes. Am I wrong? You know I'm right. You know I'm right. At the end of the day, you're the booger that's going to get picked. I'm going to tell you. Because I've been in places years ago when I was younger. And I was around some mestizos. And one of the guys, one of the mestizos was my friend. And his cousin came out and said, hey, this guy is not one of us. And the guy came up to me and goes, you know what? You're that guy that would get picked out of all of us. You're the one, if there's something that went down, you are the guy to get taken out of all of us. Okay. I'll tell you this. Those mestizos, you don't want to say the word racist or anything like that. Those that don't like niggers or like Asians or anybody else, those are those people. They get mad. And now they all want to regroup together. Like they're all cool because they all got a dark color. They get, darken up. Melanin, everybody has melanin. Oh, white people don't have melanin. What are you talking about, man? I could show you my son. Hey, man, he like redder than me. He darker than me on certain parts of his body because he's sitting on the sun. So you want to talk about with a white boy, straight up Irish, with some dark ass skin? You know what? That's some funny ass shit. Crazy. I don't like this fake ass, talk. It's crazy. Luckily, my family isn't like that, but it does happen in others. Yeah, that's good, man. I'm just telling you, like a lot of them like to push this thing. Oh, you got a tan. Oh, you're one of our people. What are you talking about, man? I got a different phenotype. My brain's different. I don't think about making mud huts and trying to gather stuff to make like clay bricks. I'm sorry, dude. I do infrastructure. I build roofs. I put on roofs. I don't know. My stuff dates back from 1,000 years ago. Hey, but guess what? If you want to act like we're in the same plane, we could do that for a minute over a beer. But I'll tell you this. At the end of the day, you're going to feel kind of dumb. Because while you're chilling in that mud hut playing touch butt, I'm kicking over here. I'm ready for making another job going. And I'm about to get set. I'm not playing that game. That's it. And I'm not trying to be cocky. I'm just confident. And it's fine to be confident. Because guess what? You know where your people are from. You know who you are. And be proud of it. Be proud of it. And if you're mixed, if you have mestizo and you have white, hey, be proud of that. Take from that. Learn your genealogy. Because if you say you're mixed with something and you're mixed with that. So you're I'll tell you this. Look at it. It starts working right here. You start knowing. I'll tell you that. You'll start knowing. So I know a lot of guys that are mixed. They're white and they're mestizo, you know what I mean? And they love being white. But their family will tell you, you're not white. You're not white. You're a Mexican. Why do you hate being white so much? Why can't you say you're both? No, they'll say you're just a Mexican. Not a white, you're a Mexican. You eat beans and rice and asada. Because Ciso is 75%. Can you see me? My thing's acting all kind of weird. Yeah, because that's like Spanish. I don't know. I'm trying to understand that. But you know where they came from, though? It's all Basque. That's Basque. That's like Spain. That's why I'm like tripping out on that. Because you got to think about it. When you go to Mexico, it's like everybody rolls everything. Go to Spain. A little bit different. It's kind of different. Spain is different than Mexico. They go, oh, yeah, Spain is a European language. Hear that? Spain is European. If you came from a European people, which is from Spain, that makes you European. Very interesting. Think about it. You're speaking a European language, which is Spanish, for maybe a first or second language. Makes sense. I just think it's interesting. You know what? It's like you got people come from Spain. The Spaniards, they're Europeans. They went over there. Before that, they're Indians. They mixed. You know what? I'll tell you this. If you're trying to start from your family and they're very close-minded, if they are very close-minded, they will tell you you're Mexican. That's what they'll tell you. You're Mexican. That's all. That's it. And you don't even know that they just hate white people. It's just the way it goes. I'll tell you this. I know a lot about that with people and families. They don't want nobody to think, oh, I'm part of white. No, I don't want nothing with that. Those are terrible people. But hey, hold on. What happened to the Aztec Empire? Whoa. Or the Mayan Empire? Look what they did. But everybody wants to be part of that. But just because you're white or you have white inside you, they want you to deny that. Look what everybody else did. Look what people are doing right now. But let me ask you this question. You could walk down the street in a white neighborhood and feel comfortable. And feel totally comfortable. You could walk down a street in Niggerdome and not feel comfortable. You could walk down a street or an alley, or you see somebody that don't look right. If they're not white, you're like, oh, okay, that's kind of weird. But there is some kind of weird white people out there who are like, oh, dude, that's kind of weird. Yeah, but that's kind of catch or miss. But you get the majority. I know I feel uncomfortable. I do. It's going to be feeling comfortable. I can go. That's why they want to go to white people's country clubs. They're all playing tennis and having fun. And guess what? I don't have to worry about getting mugged or fucked up. But I can go to a hip hop rap concert. Hey, fuck. I gotta keep my eyes open. I gotta talk like this to say maybe or cuh or hey, what up, bruh? Oh yeah, I'm like you too, bruh. Hey, fuck white people, bruh. This is me, dude. Hey, you know what? We cool. I don't know, man. I'm like 40-something years old, bro. I shouldn't be talking like that, but I'm telling you, that's kind of weird. You know, you walk in an area of a country club of white people, there ain't gonna be no problem. You walk in the hood with a bunch of niggas, they gonna be a problem. Pretty fucking simple. I don't know. I don't know. It makes sense. It makes sense. Everybody want to get mad at me. Everybody want to get mad at me. Get mad at me. I speak facts. I speak facts. I go to Mexico. I go to Mexico. Let's say I go to Mexico. And I'm white. Fuck, they take advantage of my ass. I gotta worry about cartels. I gotta worry about the chopping off my head and fucking putting on a fucking turtle and then walking over to my family member's house. What the fuck? Come on. I don't have to worry about a white dude in a fucking, what's it called? A polo shirt and a tennis racket fucking my shit up. Come on now. But white people are the bad people right here, right? No. We set up shop. We do what we gotta do. We make, hey, everybody's living off it. And everybody's having fun. Everybody's on Wi-Fi. Everybody's on their phones. Everybody's on their Xboxes. Everybody's doing their little gamey game thing. Come on, man. What's going on? What's going on? Who's the bad people here? I'm not saying that everything that white people did was right. I'm just saying, hey, come on. You can still be in a fucking teepee. You can be a fucking teepee. They killed a store tender I knew over there. Who? Who did? A lot of these people could still be in teepees with bad weather. In teepees. Okay. This is why I like the cartel. Yeah, okay. This is why I like to talk about this stuff. You know, you got an open mind. I got you, man. That's great, man. That's fantastic. Check this out. Okay. Okay, you got me with the cartel, because that's true. That's true. Cartel with their shit. It's all about drugs and moving and pushing stuff. That's what it's all about. Yeah, you got to push stuff, move product, and, you know what I mean? Yeah, you might build a church or do this and do that, but you know what? You're still, you know, hey, you're still dirty, bro. But at the end of the day, you think like you're doing for the greater good. That's your thing. Give me a second, because I lost my thought. Hold on. Out of all these people that have enslaved or did anything like that, my thing is this. Out of a system that was programmed, I'm not saying it's right or wrong, they gave rights to everybody. If you're in Mexico or Africa or any of those places, you wouldn't have that. You had people fight, the North and the South. They were fighting over these things. A lot of people don't understand the whole North and the South fight. The South is like, hey, this is my product. This is my tool. I'm not giving that up. Hey, why are you giving that up? I paid a lot of money for that. That's my product. That's my tool. That's my thing. And you want to take that from me? No. There's a lot of talk. Let's talk about that. Everybody has their talk. Come on, let's talk about that. You know, I go in the whole debunking of all this stuff. It's like, if you guys were kings and queens, why didn't you come and take your people? If you guys were here in the Americas before everybody else, why didn't you guys man up and destroy all the white people that came? Why didn't you guys do what happened? If you guys were so civilized and the white people stole your history, why did this happen? That's kind of weird. That's just very interesting. How did this happen? Because it never happened. Think about it. Why is it that nations, groups of Europeans all over the world are all in a high civilization for thousands of years, and yours are asking for handouts to give to their people, but you're not helping your own people? If I remember being a young kid in 1986, I was around 5 years old, and there's these videos that would try to brainwash me, and it had a little black kid with a pot belly, and a fly coming out of his mouth, and he's trying to eat rice. If you can give this kid at least 50 cents or $1, this would make his day. Why don't we have that about white people? Why don't we have it about anybody else? Why was it only about those that are of dark color of these other people? Why was it only of that? What about the white people in Appalachia? What about those in the mountains? What's going on with that? Why don't nobody talk about that? Yeah, they are scams. But where's the white people thing? The little white kid in the mountain in his bare feet with some cut off jeans and a little suspenders looking like Huckleberry Finn and shit. Where's that? Because the whole system is set up for diversity. That's why. They don't care about you. They don't care about anything else. They just about cutting down the people that created something, and they want to break it down because they're never able to make it. It's like the one that was last picked on the team, or they're the last person on the bench. They are like those that never had it. So now they have a time to talk, and speaking out is like a law now. You say anything against it, you're a racist. You can't say this. Oh, you're privileged. The hell? I can tell you this. I can never say anything to any white man that worked hard and he got his family money and they worked for 1,000 years or hundreds of years and they have money and that kid got money and his son got money. I can never talk bad about him. I don't have that. But let me tell you this. How can you talk bad about somebody that their family worked hard and made a product and did it? You hear me? How can you be bothered with that? They made a product and they made money that supplies your people and all people. Riddle me this. I'll be back too. But like I'm saying, how can you be mad? How can you say anything wrong? Oh, we're black. We never had nothing. Never had anything. But didn't you just say you're the first people? Didn't you say you're kings and queens? Kings and queens? I thought you said that. So if you have all this old money or things that you've done in the past, where's your relevancy? There's none. But these white people are so weak and docile. And you say that we have no rhythm and we suck and we don't know how to do anything. But when you lay your head on those French pillow sheets, your pillow, And you walk outside that door, and you have that white plumbing. You're like, oh my God, I fucking love white people. Because you can be in your land, walking on dirt floors, shitting in a hole. I don't know. I just, let's talk about that. Let's get deeper. Let's get deeper. Let's go deeper. I like to go deeper with that. Love yourself. If who you are, love yourself. Man, I'll tell you this. Caucasian diversity, I love it. I've been blessed. If you're the same thing, hey, man, let's talk about it. And I know that I was talking about Red. Red, hey, man, we're on the same page. I like what you talk about. Hey, what's up, brother? Hey, you're back, bro. That's good. Like I said, man, it's like, you can't, like, there's other ones that say, hey, we're this and we're that. And they're talking right now, white people are this or white people are that. But it's like, you're living in a place that white people made. Why are you so mad? Why are you so mad? But I thought you were before everybody. You were Paleolithic, right? You call yourself indigenous now. That's embarrassing. If you're indigenous, then you'd be surpassed the white people. Why do they come up with all that other shit? Maybe those white people just got like an upper hand on something, but they were late, right? You say we just barely came into it. Come on, man. You call us cave beasts or cave dwellers, whatever. But how the hell did you come up with all this extra shit? And everybody's living off it. They're loving it. If you want to take over, go ahead, take over. I seen that shit happen over in Seattle. That shit didn't go well. They had LGBTQ, they had the BLM, they had all these people that were like of that type of flock, because they all think the same. They all think the same, and they all do the same. They all agree. I don't know what else to say. I'll get on a whole different point. But I'm saying, you know what? Love yourself and know who you are. And that's good. And that's what's really cool. Love yourself. And I'm not going to put, like I said, I'm not going to put you down, man. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, man. You come up, you say, hey, I'm mixed, I got this. Hey, that's cool, bro. But let's say this. They will never accept you for saying that you're white. I'll tell you that. They won't. When you say that you're white or you feel that you have that white mentality because you might have a lot of that, they're not going to accept that. They'll be different with you, even though they're a mix of Spaniards. No, man. Hey, I appreciate you. I appreciate you because I understand you. I understand you to the fullest. Hey, I'll just tell you this. They'll not accept if you ever get, hey, you know what, I'm white. Because you know what? Your mixture of what you have is like a half and half. And you say, hey, this is how I feel. Because you might be taking on that part. They're not going to accept that. You say, hey, I see myself as this, white. My mentality sees this. I don't see that. I don't see this over here. That doesn't make sense. They won't accept that. They won't. They won't. Because I've been around those that are mestizo. I've been around those that are black. I've been around those that are Asian. But you know what? Nobody has a problem with Asians that just want to be with Asians. And nobody has a problem with those that want to be blacks with blacks. And nobody wants to have a problem with those that are Mexican with Mexican. But those that want to be with a white, there's a problem. But I'll tell you this, that's a fucking upgrade. I'll tell you that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? Oh, we don't want that white person. We don't want that white person. Hey, let's look at history. That's a fucking upgrade. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong, right? No, I'm not wrong. Because I look at the accolades. Look at the accolades. Come on. Let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Going to top chats, top chats. I believe in separation, but not segregation. Okay. I like that you say that. I like that you say that. Because my mindset, the way I look at it, is like, hey, if white people want to have a utopia and be with their people over here, that's what they want. If they want that, have it. Have it. If mestizos want their own utopia, have it, dude. You have whatever you want. But if you're going to live with each other, let me say this. Simulate. What's the problem? I'll tell you this. When Mexicans come to California, what do? They set up taco shops everywhere. And then they expect everybody to do what they do and speak their own language. And if you don't speak their language, what? You don't speak my language? Like it's a problem. That's weird. And white people are like, oh, hey, I'll get the carne asada. What do you mean? Carne asada? That's what you want, the carne asada? Oh, like I said something wrong. See, I'll get the carne asada and the, hey, where's the albano? You mean, you're talking about the albano? Or the albano, right? No, I just said, oh, okay, well, okay. You get me? It's like, we have to assimilate to. If I go to Mexico, I'm going to go and be Mexico. If I go to Mexico, I'm going to be Mexico. But come to California. No California. I've been up and down California, from Southern California all the way to Northern California. I lived overseas. I've been in the Midwest. I've been everywhere. I know. I've seen it all. So I could talk about it. I know how it is being around my white folks. I know how it is being around other folks. So it's like, you all know that. Come on. When a white person walks into a quinceañera or something like that, they have like a little thing going on with a party. Y'all know they're the white person inside the party. They all look, they all see, they all, hey, we can go get him drunk. Yeah, we all know, I already know how that works. And go feed him and all that, you know what I mean? Cool. But there's always a problem though, there's always an issue. At the end of the day, if anything happens, that guy gets jacked. It's like a good part. It's like a good thing and a bad thing. Been there, done that. I'll tell you this, when I was living down south, I got jumped by Serenios. When I went up north, I got jumped by Norteños. Come on, man. I'll tell you this. Even kill, bro. They don't even know, man. I had problems no matter where I go. If I wasn't this or I wasn't that. These dudes didn't even know if I was like, they thought like, before I had my beard, they thought I was like an Italian. Well, I do have a little bit of Italian, but they thought I was like straight up Italian because I had hair, you know what I mean, going back. To have the shaved head, to have the beard. So it's like, you know what I mean? But it's interesting. The treating that you get. The treating that you get. So what do you think about like when you say segregation? Hey, you know what? I really appreciate you, man. You've been doing a lot of comments on this live. That's really cool, man. And usually, like, I cut my lives off. I actually go a couple hours and I kind of shut off. But you know what? I appreciate you being on my live. You know, it's a little bit different because what I'm talking about today, you know, we're talking about different topics. And that's cool, you know? So let's get it. You know, anybody else have a new comment? Has anything else? Let's talk about it. Segregation implies that they are in the same place. Separation means they live in separate communities. Yeah, but you can have segregation. You can have segregation. Yeah, I get that. Like, I can be in the same community and we can segregate everything. You got Catholics over here, Christians over there. Yeah. You can have segregation right there at all. I get that. Because either you do it by religion or you do it by race. Which we should talk about. You know why? Because that's the main thing. Is actually race. Look at it. Race, you're looking at a type of people that is actually different. Actually different. If you're looking at race. You know, if you have a segregation, then we go, okay, we're all in the same place, but okay, you're over here, we're over there. A separation, I'm talking about like, oh, I would like to say, hey, we have a utopia. If you can have people of the same like mind as you, your people with the same like mind as you, over here, over there, and not have that issue of saying, hey, this happens over here. Oh, it was a black person. No, it was a white person. We deal with that accordingly. You know, you get what I'm saying? It's like, listen to Jared Taylor. Listen to Jared Taylor. He talks about that. Having our own utopias. If you feel like you want to be in that type of utopia, hey, that's great. Everybody has their own utopia. But it seems like only certain people could have their own utopia. In California, guess what? It's white flight. White people just fucking leave. You know why? They just leave. They just leave. everybody comes over here from other countries, and you just want to leave because, like, dude, now they're gonna park all their cars in front of their fucking houses, in their parkways, on the grass. Come on, man. Remember to keep the chat clean. Hate speech will not be tolerated. Reported to. Okay, I got that. I got that. So it's like this. You go to a white community. Areas parked in their regular places. You go to a place that's not like that, guess what's going to happen? They're parked in their parking places in your space. They're in the yard. Hold on, give me a second. They're parked in their yard. They're parked in the neighbor's yard. Dude, they don't care. They don't care. So guess what? If you say something, guess what? You're the problem. And you're always going to be a problem. You will be. So anything you say is like you have no rebuttal or nothing. Let's really talk about that. That's what's very interesting to me. You know, I tried to come home the other day, man. It's like, dude, you just parked in my spot, amongst my spot. Okay. Project Red Menace says, are you religious by chance? I'm thinking about exploring spirituality. You know what? You talking about religion? That's different. Spirituality? Yeah, I do believe in God. God is real. I do believe in God. You know, reading Pentateuch, the Iliad, the Bible, going and just understanding all this information, but finding out who is God and what is God and what does he do? You know what I mean? It's like my experience, just my journey, just trying to figure out who God is. I know that when I speak to him, he hears me. I know that. And I'm not using a religion like Catholicism or Christian or Islam or Judaism. You know, I study about him through history, and I know that he is good, and he's not like what a lot of people want to portray him as. You know? You got the Old Testament, you got the New Testament. And if you're raised up as Christian, they'll say, God is not contradicting. But the Old Testament is different than the New Testament. Because the Old Testament talks about God's people. And the New Testament talks about a new people being grafted in to this people, which is in that tree. But millions and millions of people got killed under that idea from the Old Testament that was saying, don't mingle with these people. Don't do this. But the New Testament says, God is for everybody. God loves everybody. Peter, go eat and kill. Who cares? No. Peter says, oh, that's defiling to my mouth. I can't eat of that. That's defiling. I can't eat of pork or any of this. No, it's okay, Peter. God's of everybody. gods of everybody. But let me tell you this. The Old Testament resonates a lot to me. But then when I read the Babylonian scriptures and Sumerian tablets and all this stuff, and I put everything together, and all this other stuff I put together, I know that the God that I'm like talking to is not that one that wavers to the left or the right. His word is solid. He doesn't change. He doesn't change. It's like, why would you say something the other day and change a new covenant the next day? Why would you do this? Because God's the same yesterday and today, correct? He's the same yesterday and today. God's the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. So why would he change? So there's a lot of factors we got to look at. But I do believe there is a God, and I do believe in God. Yeah, I do. I do believe in God. I believe God has a people. I believe God is real. I believe when I look outside, I look in the sky, I say, you know what? God, you're watching me. You're real. But any particular religion, I can't really like look at it and say it's that. Because religion is like politics. Religion is like politics. I know I have had some issues in my life, and I was like, sitting there, I was like, God, I believe in you. I know you're there. And I look, and I'm looking at in the sky, I'm like, God, I know you're there. And I said, you know what? I don't need to ask for your help every day, but when I do need help, hey, I'm going to ask you for help because I've done all that I can do. I've done all that I can do. So now I'm going to say, hey, can you help me? And then he helps me. So I believe that's my God. Because I don't believe to call on God for every little thing that happens in my life. You know? God's not somebody you can pull out of your pocket when you need him. Hey, God, I need you right now. Hey, God, no. God wants you to figure out your own shit. Come on. Figure it out. Come on, man, get it up. If you're having to, like, dissect it, God's all around. God's omnipotent. He's everywhere. If you have to pretend or make it up and try to pretend you feel good and feel happy just because you say I'm Christian or I'm Catholic or I'm Islamic, no. God is, he's facts. God is something that happens right there. He's always around. He's cause and effect. God is a cause and effect. God's not a wishful thought. He's not like, I hope this happens. No, God's not like that. So that answers your question. I'll tell you this. I believe in God. He's everywhere. And he's real. And hey, I feel like the New Testament kind of got weird. I'll be honest with you. So if you guys want to debate that, that's cool, man. If you're, we can get into all that. God is good. I'll tell you that. Just kind of different from the Old Testament because you see a lot of politics happening. So Christians will try to tell you that the Bible is one book, but the one book talks with two different narratives. So an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth, and the next one tells you if one asks for your cloak, if one tries to take your cloak, you give him your other cloak. No. I'll tell you. Something's wrong right there. God wants you to prosper and be the best who you are if you're made in his image. If you're made in his image. That's why there's a difference between the beasts and the fields. Whole different talk. Okay, let me go to these live chats real quick, man. I'm going on a rant right here. Okay, Lapis Lazuli. I believe different races have different gods, different fathers, and different origins. Yes, they do. So, hey, if they have that, let them have that. That's their prerogative. If they have, hey, I want to worship a birded, feathered being, let your thing go. Hey, dude, so you're telling me you have hundreds of belief systems, hundreds of belief systems, and then like only one's right out of these 100 belief systems? Everybody's bullshit. Okay. All right. Okay. Have it your way. Okay. Have it your way. And then you gotta like get your belief system and press it on somebody else. Come on, man. If it's that good, you don't have to press on anybody else. You know? I understand the Knights of the Templar. Come on, man. That's a whole different talk. We can get into that some whole other time. You know, it's like you live in California. What do you see? Nothing but missions up and down, like San Luis Obispo, Paso Robles, Lompoc, Santa Barbara, or Grande. You're going up and down the coast. So guess what? All these missions were from Spanish Pablos given to the Indians, telling, hey, you believe in Christ, you believe in God, you believe in this. And they believe in it. They believe in it. I'm not wrong, man. These missions are still standing and they still have that information. It's straight information. So, you really can't talk if you don't understand information. And Google is a bunch of bullshit. It's very googly. It's a bunch of bullshit. Read a fucking book. Read a book. Or learn from people that have information. That studied. You know, because a lot of people could tell you a lot of bullshit, you know? So, I don't have to tell you. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you this. Yeah, I do believe in God. And do I feel God? Yes, I do. I do. And I like to get into that until you guys drop some more information, you know, more chats. But I don't know if this is like a good time to talk about that unless you guys want to get into that, you know? This is like an interesting topic. Interesting topic. Do you believe in God? And why do you believe in God? Is it because you're told to, or because you feel a yearning inside you that you want to, or you desire a closeness with something outside you? What is it? Is it because you're taught that, or you desire, or you have a yearning for it? Which one is it? Is it program or designing, or you just, hey, I could feel you and I desire you? It's not because I was told about you. It's like I know there's something real. Is that, or you're taught that? Like I said, Project Red, I'm gonna head out. It's getting late, but I did love this discussion. Have a good night. You know what? I appreciate you. You have a good night, man. Good to have you on my page. Hey, you know what? drop a comment here and there, man. It's good to hear from you. You know, that's a blessing. That's a blessing. So we could talk here and there, man. We could have different discussions, debates, whatever, man. So hope you have a blessed day tomorrow. You know why? Because after we talk, guess what? Tomorrow, you're going to think about it. You're going to feel different. And you'll feel better. I'll be honest with you. Love yourself and know who you are. Let's get it, man. I'm still here, guys. I'm still here. I'm just taking a step away. That's all. I'm still here. So who's on my page right now? I see 3 people right here. Not 1. So if you're here, drop your comments. Let's talk. I'm about to get off. I've been out here for like 2 hours. Unless you have something to talk about, let's get it. It's good to have all y'all on here. That's cool, man. I'll take it, man. It's cool, man. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, it's going towards the end of the night, man. You guys all know what I talk about. I'm going to drop it down short. Hope you all have a blessed night. You all got blessed from what I'm talking about. Love your people. Know who you are. That's a good thing. Don't forget that. You know? You might have the whole world you feel is coming around you. It's all crazy stuff, diversity, weird shit. But let me tell you this. You're that light. You're that salt of the earth. You're that light that cannot be hidden. Stand out. That's who you are. Don't forget that. You don't have to feel like uncomfortable. Be proud. Have confidence. Have confidence be hanging around your neck like a chain. Be proud of who you are. Love yourself. That's all I always talk about. And all my songs, you know, I had this song called Hate Me. And I'm going to put that out. I'll post it up again tonight. It's called Hate Me. It's loving yourself. And if you guys like Kurt Cobain, you guys like that type of music, it has that type of beat going and it has a good flow to it. And I have a lot of music coming out. So, hey, I just want you guys to know this, man. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of adversity. But adversity, that's just a small little obstacle. That's nothing. That's nothing. You should never feel like uncomfortable. You should just walk proud. Walk proud of who you are. When I wake up in the morning, I'm like this. Thank God I'm white. Yeah. Hey, I don't know. Love yourself. Love who you are. Love yourself. And it's good to remind your family that. Because you're surrounded by media and all these things that will try to tell you that you're soft. You are no flavor. You're not good. But guess what? You're better than that. You have those of civilization, people in your bloodline. And don't forget that. You are great. You're out beyond the talks that beyond, they think they're indigenous or speak behind corner of villages that are whispering, hey, check this out. Yeah, you're better than that. They speak behind corners of villages, of huts, of mud huts, trying to talk shit. That's all they could do. Because guess what? They actually grab the ear. They grab the ear of somebody up here that knows that they could use them as a tool again. So let's give them EBT cards. Let's give them licenses. Let them come into our country. Oh, that's our new army. Yeah, that's what's going on. You guys get me? You guys get me? That's why you're watching, because you get me. You get me. If we give them this, that's our little army. We got, it's hilarious. I was thinking this. I don't know. Come on. Come at me right here. Really come at me. It's like, dude, you have these little 4'8" mini refrigerators running, these women, 4'8" mini little refrigerators running into America, right? They're running into California. let me rephrase this. Let me rephrase this. So, you have these little mini refrigerators running into California, right? They're from Mexico. Little mini refrigerators. They're like 4'8" running in. And they're ugly. They're ugly. But the funny, I don't even want to go there. I'm gonna stop because I'll probably stop. But if they were blonde hair, blue eyes, and looking around 5'7", I don't know, it'll be a little bit different. But we're just being like sucked in with like, I don't know, man. It just looks like you're making something and it wasn't even fully made. Like they weren't even fully made. Like, oh my God. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know. I was going something. I was going somewhere with that. It's like they're not. Fuck. You got me. I was thinking Baywatch. At one time, I was thinking Baywatch. Like, you have these beautiful blondes running in. And it's like, nobody would care if they came in. But damn. These guys have no shit care. You have these little 4-foot refrigerators coming in and just receiving them. Fuck, I don't know. Maybe I'm just, like, looking at it wrong. I'm just looking at it wrong. Actually, it was like this. Okay. It was actually like this. I'm sorry. It's like this. I just think it's hilarious. So, you have these 4'8" mini refrigerators of black hair. They're ugly. They're running in across the border. They're coming across the border like this. And it's like, bro, like, our politicians are like, come in. And it's like, bro, most of the people that are living in California are like, what the fuck? Like, oh shit. That's just ugly. It's like, imagine, dude, you wouldn't have no problem if you had like a whole raid of blonde hair, blue eyed, white skinned women running in. Like, yeah, it'd be different. I don't know, man. They're invading California and making it ugly. I don't fucking know, dude. It's weird. I don't know. It's all. I was like imagining Baywatch running across, but it's like watching a bunch of mini refrigerators coming across. I don't know. I'm trying to put that together. I don't know if it's mixing up correctly or I'm just being a dick. I don't know. It's just kind of horrible. I was like envisioning it, just in this way. It was kind of weird. Maybe I'm kind of crooked. Maybe I'm just kind of crooked. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm about to cut out. Guess what? Gilgamesh is about to go to bed. I got to wake up at 4:30 in the morning. Where I live at, it's going to be 111 tomorrow. I have a 90 square roof my son and I are going to work on. I have videos and pictures I will be putting out soon. This job has been going on for 1 month. So get ready for it. Be blessed. And guess what? Love being white. Don't feel uncomfortable and be who you are. No problem. When we wake up in the morning, yawn it out. I love it. Let's get it. Good night.